Chapter 7 introduces us to editing with ArcGIS. Some examples of editing tasks include digitizing features from paper maps, construction features based on survey descriptions or aerial photographs, or correcting errors. You want to maintain quality and consistency in your digital data. Logical consistency means how well the digital features mimic the relationships of the real-world items. There are two basic aspects. Ends and corners should meet at common vertex, and adjacent polygons should share an identical boundary. Dangles occur when two lines fail to meet. This is an example of an undershoot. An overshoot is an example of the dangle crosses over the terminating feature. The snapping tools help prevent dangles by snapping to existing features. The snapping tolerance is the minimum distance between the two vertices as they are considered to be identical. Tolerance units can be specified as either screen units, number of pixels, or map units. You will want to recognize these snapping tools: point, end, edge, and vertex. Watch carefully when editing to ensure you snap to the proper item. The snapping tools will help you place points exactly where they belong. Which snapping tool you should use in this case? Edge snapping. Which snapping tool would you use for these problems? Point. Which kind of snapping would be best for these scenarios? Vertices. Gaps and overlaps are common mistakes found in polygon data. It's much easier to create these shapes correct using one of two methods. Use the special Construct Adjacent Polygon tool, or create a single polygon and cut it into smaller pieces. Your ArcGIS license dictates how much ability you have to edit data. Fortunately, we use Advanced, giving us the ability to edit everything, including files, geodatabase feature classes, geodatabase networks, and planar topology. ArcMap can edit across coordinate systems. The editing is performed in a data frame coordinate system, but stored with the source data using its coordinate system. These are helpful tips when it comes to editing. Always have a backup of the data, create new simple map documents to perform your edits in, reduce the number of open files, save early, and save often. Occasionally, editing can corrupt map documents, so try not to edit in your map that you've spent days to develop. The Editor toolbar is how you start an editing session. Right-click on any toolbar button and select the Editor toolbar to display it. Take a few minutes to get familiar with the Editor toolbar. You can hover over the tools to see the tooltip display. The snap settings are adjusted from the Editor toolbar. You can display the snapping toolbar. and make adjustments in the tolerances and the tip settings. I've already said this once, but it's worth repeating. Save early and save often when editing. I often say you should save after you've done something that you don't want to have to do again. Crashes happen. To edit, you have to start an editing session. Feature templates are automatically created. They store all the information needed to add new features using a variety of construction tools. To create a new feature, choose the appropriate template and tool, then click to add vertices of the sketch. When you've finished, right-click and choose Finish Sketch. The shape is added to the data and the record is added to the attribute table. You use the Edit tool or black arrow to select features so they can be edited, moved, or deleted. To create adjacent polygons, you will want to use the Autocomplete Polygon tool to create the joining polygon. Notice how you start and stop the second polygon inside of the original polygon. The shared boundary will be created perfectly without any gaps or overlapping areas. Another way to create adjacent polygons is to split a larger polygon into two parts. Notice the split line starts and stops outside of the original polygon. To move a feature, simply pick on it to select it and then drag it to its new location. To delete a feature, select it and press the Delete key on your keyboard. You can edit the vertices of your lines and polygons. Select the features and pick the Edit Vertices tool from the Editor toolbar. You can then select the desired vertex and drag into a new position. There is also a Rotate tool which will rotate features. You can split lines too. Select the line and pick the Split tool and pick where you want the line to split. Depending on where you right-click your mouse, you will get one of two context menus. If your mouse is on the sketch when you right-click, you will see the Vertex Finish Sketch menu. If your mouse is not on the sketch when you right-click, you will see the Sketch Tools menu that has tools that allow you to edit the sketch. The Vertex menu allows you to edit, add, or delete vertices. The Sketch menu is a collection of tools used to create the next vertex. These are the tools that will make your work look great and be exactly right. There are different ways to specify where to place the next vertex. These tools work regardless if you're creating points, lines, or polygons. You can either enter absolute XY values, which are measured from the coordinate system origin. You can enter relative or delta XY values, which are relative to the current position. Or use the direction and length tools, which goes a certain specified direction and distance away to create the next point. You can specify deflection angles from existing features, make lines parallel or perpendicular to existing features, and enter distance and direction and length. Multi-part features are used to make the islands of Hawaii. Each island is an independent polygon, but we only want one record for Hawaii in our feature. The sketch properties will allow you to edit the XY positions of the vertices. There are a variety of sketching tools. Spend some time exploring these and you'll become much more proficient in creating GIS data. The right angle to and square and finish tool help keep your polygons straight and square with the world or surrounding features. You will occasionally need to create arcs as well. The attribute window allows you to edit the attributes as you create the features. You can edit the attributes for an individual feature by selecting the features from the list, or all the features by selecting the layer's name from the list. To create a feature class, you must first have a geodatabase. You can create a new feature class with ArcCatalog or ArcToolbox, but not ArcMap. Remember, you need to have a geodatabase before you can create a feature class. ArcCatalog, in my opinion, is the easiest means to create new feature classes. In ArcCatalog, you would right-click on your geodatabase and select New Feature Class from the context menu. You specify the name, coordinate system, XY tolerance value, and create the attributes. Add your new empty feature classes to your map document, start an editing session, and you're ready to create new features. The editing session is limited to only be able to edit in one folder at a time. So when starting your editing session, you might be asked, which features do you want to edit? Just pick the one you want from the list. If you have any questions, give me a call or send me an email. Thanks.